Made a name for himself as one of the most desirable screen actors.
What you know about love?
Fans first fell for him as hunky Elijah in Vampire Diaries.
Our origin as vampires is a very long story, Elena. We're the oldest vampires in the world.
And the audience couldn't get enough, with the show scoring a spin-off series called The Originals. Daniel ditched the fangs, starring in the hugely popular show Virgin River. Now he's sinking his real teeth into the big screen as the lead in Occupation Rainfall.
Find out what this rainfall thing is. Pull back to me.
I will go too.
Ooh,
So good.
That is a film right up David Campbell's alley. And Daniel, we're thrilled to say, joins us right now from Los Angeles. Daniel, hello. Thanks so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you, and thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. Australia is the go-to place, isn't it, to shoot a film at the moment. Tell us about life on set for Occupation Rainfall. What was it like?
Well, I can't tell you too much about life on set there. It was so swift. They were gracious enough to sort of bring me in and shoot me out relatively fast. So it was a little bit of a whirlwind. I will say, having shot back-to-back Australian and Kiwi films in 2019, life on those sets is just, it's more of a family experience, you know. It's smaller, it feels more like a united front. There's less of a hierarchy, you know.
It's nice.
It's good to hear. You act alongside the Hangover star Ken Jeong. Is he fun on set?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I wish I would give any money to have had an experience with him, but unfortunately I didn't share any scenes with him. But I will say that he is brilliantly funny in the film. I've seen the film now, and he's so funny. He's just so funny with every single moment. And I honestly don't know how. I mean, that guy just turns everything into gold.
It's fantastic, isn't he? We have to talk to you about the Vampire Diaries because, I mean, as you would know, those fans were die-hard. Have you had any interesting interactions with those fans?
That's an interesting question. I would say the two most insane countries around the world in terms of like the level of their passion would be the French and the Brazilians.
Wow.
And actually Brazil, head and shoulders. Brazil, and I had some peculiar experiences there. I mean, look, I'm a Kiwi boy enough to acknowledge what the show was, and it was cute and fun and lovely, and I'm very grateful for it. But it was also like, you know, it was a vampire show, and we certainly were not the Beatles. But for whatever reason,
But you were to the fans.
You were for the Brazilians. You are the Brazilian Beatles.
The Brazilians decided we were the Beatles, and resulting one night in a terrifying car chase. I won't go into too much more detail without because I don't want to injure anybody's reputation here. But it was very, very peculiar.
I'm sure you're downplaying how huge you are.
He's definitely down.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not every show that then gets its own spin-off, and you were in that, The Originals. How did that feel?
To get the spin-off? Oh, look, I kind of knew about it before it happened because once I'd signed on, then we had the show. It felt great. Look, to be honest with you, at the time I was very frightened about it, so I was a little ambivalent. Like, as well as I was excited, but I was also terrified. I had my daughter on the way, and which was my first child, and I was feeling like I didn't know if I could do two shows at once because I was also doing a show for NBC at the time, a medical show, and I had to fly between both shows, and I don't think I've ever worked that hard in my life. I'm not sure I want to again.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, you're now a father of two children, Charlotte and Theodore, I believe. How has family life been for you the last year?
I love that image of them. It's just the back of their heads. We've actually been good about protecting them. It's been wonderful. Like, I just love, like, you know, I miss them when they leave the room. I will say that COVID has provided us with this kind of, it's magnified that experience, you know, like Sweet. It's not, you know, I try and tell myself daily, look, you know, as a 67-year-old, you'd pay any money just to have a single moment with them during this time, even though they can be tiny tyrants. They are. and my God, like during COVID, you get it to your eyeballs. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you are lucky, mate, and we are really lucky to have you on the show today. You can catch Daniel in the film Occupation Rainfall. That is in cinemas January 28. But you stay safe over there in Los Angeles with your beautiful family, and we hope to speak to you again soon.
Thank you very much, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me here.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Nice.
Thanks.
Lovely.